Right, for them that don't know me, I'm Mandy Coupland. I campaigned with Mickey Summers. Well, we first started where he met some friends from Burnley and he did a campaign in Nottingham to highlight the abuse that was happening in the children's homes, his own personal abuse to begin with. Then from there, we realised numbers were coming forward. It's from 50 and it's gone into its hundreds now in Nottingham. Mickey was a key campaigner. He hounded him and wouldn't leave him alone until he got his answers. The only thing is, at first, he didn't realise that the council were already covering up the abuse that had gone on for over 5 decades, to our knowledge. And it's getting on for 6, but we can mainly trace it back to 5 with the people that are alive. And that continues today. We had a recent death 2 weeks ago of a child in care. So failings are still happening. I'm going to just talk through a few points that I just want to raise and update people on Nottingham who are followers, who follow Mickey, who follow East Midlands Survivors and Voicing CSA and the CSA Action Group. Mickey can't be here today, even though he sends his love to everybody. People know that he had a recent breakdown and he's well on the way to recovery now and getting back to his own self because he's causing trouble. He went down London the other day and trying to stop a child going into care, and we've got a court hearing on Tuesday for that case as well. So we're trying to stop children actually going into this system, but also the ones that do have to go in, we want to make sure the right ones are going in this system, because there seems to be a lot of failings around that area. But Anne-Marie will talk about that a bit later. We're making progress. One thing that's changed in Nottingham since we've been doing this is we have now got the Goddard inquiry coming. We've got one ship in this ocean and we've got to try and steer it. It might be our only chance. We don't know if it's going to fail us or not, but we're going to do our best to sail it the way we want it to go. Right, survivors updates. So far, most of the survivors we've got now have put their stuff into the inquiry. We're urging CSA survivors to put stuff into the inquiries if it's in your area. This is the only thing that's going to expose all the failings. So any survivors that want to come forward and need assisting in this, or if you have a friend who wants to put stuff into the inquiry, one of us will assist you. There's East Midlands Survivors on Facebook, and we've got Voicing CSA and the Nottingham CSA Action Group, and we'll all help each other out to make sure that somebody supports survivors. There's been a recent arrest, which was Loggins not long back, and he was charged. He's now serving a 20-year sentence. From there, we then found out that his wife was a social worker and was working in the system in the council, and she'd been logging on the system trying to destroy some of the evidence. From there, her computer was shut down, removed from her, and then she's been charged and all now and convicted. So we're sending a message out that we're not even going to let your family cover it up for you neither. You will get the book thrown at you, you can start covering it up.
Absolutely.
We know there's been 4 more arrests in Nottingham, and they're not putting that out yet, who is who. But on yesterday, if people were on the Facebook at all, one officer was charged and convicted again. So that's probably why they were keeping it quiet, because it was one of their own. But as we know, there's still more to come. There's lots of cases now where people are charged and they're coming through the system. The charges that have been made where they're staying quite quiet about, it's obviously high-profile people, or it's people that actually worked. That's what we're thinking in this system. and that's why they're trying not to give the names out, which is against the law. So what we've done is our chair for the CSA Action Group, David Hollis, an old retired colonel, he has now wrote to the Justice Minister demanding that we have these names. And as we say, we never stop pecking at this system. And the only way to keep an area going is to keep pecking at it. Another change we've had in Nottingham, another update is now they're only with the county council. The county council seem to be playing ball with us, not so much the city, but the county are really trying to engage with us. We're now, from children's homes being overcrowded, they're now only putting between 4, the maximum of 6, into these homes. So we've now cut the numbers down that are going into these children's homes. So it's another progress for us. We have meetings with... every 8 weeks now we're in meetings with the directors, and you can tell they're all twitching because the inquiry's coming. They are literally panicking. But Nigel's going to update you on all that at a later date. Well, in a bit, actually. My main aim now is to take this into more the north. We have some great people up there. There's a great researcher called Kaz Tigger. Work is excellent. Catherine Wilmot. Obviously, I'm not going to Russell Burton there. A few others. The intentions is to get Wakefield, Huddersfield, Leeds, Bradford, any of those areas going now. They're like a 5 area there, which will bring a lot more people forward. And the reason we have to keep at this is because these children were moved about. So people that were probably up north now might have been in children's home in Nottingham, and their stuff can go into this inquiry still. So it is it's still important that we keep campaigning. It's not... we have the voice in CSA meetings, but the whole idea is to bring the people forward and then encourage them to come to the meetings, to start growing the numbers, to keep the mass failure, and let them know exactly how big it is. I mean, there was a thing on Facebook this week that said approximately 30,000. It's way bigger than that. It's a tsunami. Absolutely. It's a lot bigger than that. But anybody who's in the room today who knows anyone that's been abused, or we do urge people, if you don't want to go to the police, we get that, but we urge people to try and put some stuff into the inquiry, or people who you know, like if there's someone who used to work in the council that knew something. Another thing that happened in Nottingham is there was we had boats where children were taken and moved about by boat and abused. And these boats were obviously, they were owned by our council. They rented them out, so we're not sure if they're liable for all the parties that were on there. But there's so much going into this inquiry, so many different areas to cover. So the more that comes forward, the better to support it. Joni Cameron Blair, our whistleblower for Nottingham, who blew it for Nottingham, is still now working really hard through her paperwork. And we have a lot of malfeasance in public office. And she's working through that now to see who she can get out the council for their failings. She was an independent children's home inspector. So that's we're keeping that going now, because we want to bring these people to book. We don't just want the people that did this, we want the people that covered it up, and we want all this council, this stinking council, especially in Nottingham, we want it all gone. Because all they've done is let children down. They're still letting children down now. As I said, there's been another death. And we've still got to bring it home. We've got to stop children going into this system with these forced adoptions. But Sim said Anna-Marie will talk more on that subject, because that's what she's actually been through that herself. just one for the record. We finally got rid of Chris Eyre, our Chief Constable. It was a long time coming, and we really enjoyed that day at the police station. I think we was all there, quite a few of us were there that day, and we enjoyed letting him know that we're not going to go away, but we've got what we want. He's gone, but he's going to be coming back, because he's coming back to this inquiry.
And we'll be there.
He's not going to get away, even if we have to go to Cyprus and Ireland, he's coming back.
So are we, so are we.
We didn't quite make it with Paddy tipping. But it did go to second vote, and I do hear that there's going to be a bit of a look into the Crime Commissioner's vote. So, but we're not going to hold our breath, because we know what Paddy tipping is. But he's the next one really we'd like to get out, along with John Collins and Ian Courier. There's one thing I'll just say for the record is wherever Mickey goes, he meets somebody, as you know. He's full of character. I mean, we sent him to Crete and he comes back with another 3 survivors. But the best thing about it is one was a forensic social worker and she could not shut her mouth, especially when she'd had a few drinks. So obviously she's going to put her stuff into the inquiry, and that's another thing. We've got more mass failings, but it's just an update from me. I mean, I'm not dressed for it today. I normally have my jeans on and my plimsolls, but I'm going to a tea party. It's my best mate's getting married, so I've got to go and talk her out of it. But anyway, it's lovely to see you all, and I'll probably talk proper next time and do a lot lengthier piece, but I know Nigel's got a lot to say, Phil has, and Anna Marie Coates, so I'll say goodbye to you all.